7:14 on a Friday. Bob Zdora's here, coffee in hand.
Yes, sir.
New iPad.
It's a Surface, actually, and I'm trying to figure it out. So I figured
nice.
the only way I'm going to make myself use it is to make myself use it.
Yeah.
So I didn't bring any paper. I got it up here on the screen, and we're going to hope
That's
for the
cool.
best.
That's cool. All right. So how you been?
Good. It's been a good week. It's been, business has been good, steady, moving forward, ups and downs. I'll be finishing up, closing out the accounts at Colonial Real Estate today. And within probably by Wednesday, I'll be back at my normal desk over at Century 21. And
Looking forward to that a bit.
I am. And we'll, be able to help my honey out. She's been carrying the load of 3 with all the things that need to get done. And she's doing a great job. 2 closings this week. I want to thank Jack Mooney from Roth Realty in Harrison, who brought us a buyer for the Miller property out there on 8001 in Marion County. And got that done yesterday, and everybody, the new buyers and the sellers, and everybody happy and smiley and
good.
Trying to help each other out. And Mike's going to go out and catch fish, and Joan's going to help him, and she catches her own. They're out there catching 100-pound halibut up in Alaska. It's like, what a way to live. I mean, that you can live that life that you want to live is just great.
And life is good.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It is good.
When you walk away from spending that kind of money going through a real estate transaction, everybody shaking hands and smiling and laughing, that's a good feeling.
Yes, sir, it is. Yeah. I mean, that's everything we do is based around that 20 minutes of closing and getting things signed and paperwork passed out, and here's your envelope and, with all your paperwork in it, and here's your folder with all your paperwork in it, and to go out and have a breakfast or a lunch afterwards, and just to be able to make people's dreams, as it were, come true. And that's the deal. That's why we do this. And Nancy Poole and Eve from House of Realty, they helped us with another closing this week. I've got a closing today. It will be the last one at Colonial with Chris Junker, and it's just been it's been a busy month. I said we'll have 9. Actually, with the Colonial, we'll have 10 closings this month.
Well, it sounds like there's a lot of healthy competition between the real estate companies. It's still a cooperative effort.
Oh, sure it is. I mean, because no one company can do everything. You need the other agents. There's 200 and some odd agents out there. There's some that you don't even have to think about. If you get a call from one of them and they tell you, look, I got a guy who can do this and that, they can do it. You don't do that with everyone. I mean, that's just human nature. You don't do it if you were working at Ranger Boat. That if Billy tells you something, he's good for it. If Frank tells you something, you may have to go and see it. I don't know, Billy or Frank, but you may have to check on it a little deeper. It's a business, and it's all different kinds of personalities that are in this business, and that's partly we try to run our business as square as we can. There's no, like I say, Jewel doesn't allow for cutting corners, and
every T is crossed, every I is dotted.
Exactly. The experience that I'm doing right now, closing up the other shop, and it's a different business model than the one we use. It's been a little more challenging than it probably needed to be, but that's okay. I mean, it's the end of the day, we got the deals that were pending. We got them done, except one that I don't know what's going to happen with that going forward. But we got the other people. We have them either relisted or listed with other companies. I mean, it was their choice. It was just a matter of closing down the office over there and holding the paperwork. Jewel's going to let me put the boxes and the files over in her storage facility. So that's good. But the business itself, the business of real estate, and the importance of helping people, the importance of giving people a true and honest picture of what their property is worth, not what they may want it to be worth, but what it is actually worth, being able to look at the here's the documents. This is going to show you what's going to happen. What an appraiser is going to look at when he comes in to give a buyer a loan from a bank. When they get that paperwork together, they're going to use similar things to what we're going to do when we're trying to price your house so that you can't sell it, because it doesn't do any good to price a house so far out of the market, one, that nobody's going to look at it because they're going to say, well, wait, that's only has this, this, and this. Why is it so strangely priced out of the way? And they'll never see it. And or if they do get a buyer to come in who likes the house, when they try to put an offer in on it and get a mortgage, they can't, because it'll never appraise for that amount. And that's really the important, and we try to impress them when we go to see people, when we are doing our pitch, as it were, to tell you what your house is. I'm pretty good at this. We've been doing this for a while.
I mean, you don't have one whole wall lined with awards because you don't.
And I think that comes into play. Our experience as experienced realtors, and as this is all we do. I don't work anyplace else. We don't do anything. This is what we do. We're at this day in and day out. The phone rings at 9:00 at night, and we put the TV on hold or whatever it is we're doing on hold to talk to somebody, and we get that, wow, you guys are actually there. We answer the phone on a Saturday or Sunday, and people are kind of like, oh my God, they're surprised to hear you, but this is what we do.
That's what you do.
When we came here, we didn't know what we were going to do when we came here, and this came up, and it's been the best thing that ever could have happened. We've helped a lot of people buy and sell property. We've helped a lot of people move on to their dreams. That's exactly right.
Let me ask you this question. Do you see it ever happen? Let's see if I can word it correctly. When you get called for a possible new listing and people say, well, I've got to have this price tag right here, how much of that monetary price tag, so to speak, are they hanging on the memories?
Oh, there's
you know what I'm trying to say
here?
Sure,
definitely. And people, they forget that they've lived in the house for 10 years or 15 years or 20 years or whatever it was. So that when they think, well, what I paid this amount and I put this much into it, that's the other thing. I put that much in. What you put into it is generally for your self-satisfaction. If you decided that you wanted to put a big yard and a big garden in the back, and it did cost you money and it cost you effort to do that, but you did that for you. Nobody came and said, hey, you, put a garden in the yard. That's...
But, for instance, in where my grandparents lived at Poplar Bluff, Missouri, just off the highway, we had 25 years of very good memories.
Yeah,
but the little house there was built just after the Depression for maybe $4,000 to $5,000. I mean, you could actually build a little farmhouse for about $5,000 in those days.
Of course. That was a goodly amount of money then, too.
Oh, yeah. But to us, the memories are worth... millions of dollars, but realistically, you couldn't get more than maybe now $100,000.
Take those memories with you, no matter what.
Yeah,
those memories, they're there.
But here's the kicker: the house is gone.
Well, sure it is.
The house is
probably
gone.
Just
somebody else bought the property.
Just dilapidated. And some of them just, if you don't keep up on your maintenance, and we run into that where you'll go in there and things weren't kept up, or the home has been empty for a while. There's any number of things that can happen when you get involved in these situations, and it's up to you to keep that property up a little bit. And you need to figure out, when you're going to sit there, well, I got to that's not always the way you're going to end up. Because if you got to then that means you've already taken some of that money out. In all probability, you've taken out an equity loan somewhere along the line. And so you've spent that money. You've spent your profit already. You can't get the profit when you took the equity loan out and refied, and now you want profit again. It does happen, but it's unusual for it to happen that much, for there to be that much equity to build up in a home. That's what we do. We can come out. We can help you to figure some of that out, and the best course of action for you to take.
Talk about the website real quick, retiredarkansas.net. I've been enjoying your pictures on here.
Pictures are worth 1,000 words.
At least. These are beautiful.
And to be, for the marketing of your home, it's going to be, in all probability, going to be purchased by someone who doesn't live here. And so they're online looking, And we get calls from people all the time that are online looking and saying, well, I saw this house. I got a call yesterday. I'm sitting there minding my own business, and the guy called about one of our listings, and that's what it was. It was the pictures, and he took a look, and he said, oh, give me the information on this. And he was up in northern Missouri. Now, he's probably going to drive down, but he started online, and he started looking because of the pictures. And that's really that's the hook.
In northern Missouri is pretty. Have you been up in that part?
Yeah.
What, man, beautiful farmland up there.
All right, real quick.
Yeah.
This week in real estate, there were 59 new listings came on, 22 parcels of land, 3 commercial properties. 34 homes came on in a range of $22,000 to $699,000. Average price coming on the market was $159,000. There were 28 sales, 4 parcels of land, 23 homes. They sold in a range of $10,000 to $485,000. The average sale price this week was $133,000. The average listed price when homes came on was $140,000. So it was $3 million in residential real estate closed this week. 26 properties expired. 56 had price changes. There's still 67 pendings. Actually, there's more than that because a lot of them aren't going in as pendings anymore. There's 1,018 homes on the MLS. So that's about 3.5 years of market. So even if you think that, well, I'll just wait for someone to come, we've been running that 3 years of market time for some time. There's one of these houses that closed this week. Has been on the market since 2000. It's been on the market for 4 years.
Oh, my goodness.
And it's ended up closing this week at over $100,000 less than what it went on the market for. So if you don't want to move and you like it here, then just stay here. It's Mountain Home. It's not Detroit. It's not, just stay here. I don't know that I would want people or being more frustrated that people weren't coming in and out of my house to look at it while you're on the market. But there's been, for 2014, there were $58.5 million in sales. For 2015, it's been $63.6 million. So
you're at 63 right now?
We're at 63.6, yeah. So
and we're 4 months.
Things are moving right along. Things are, it's been a steady. Like I said, well, just year to date, if you just go from last year to this year, we're up from 58.5 to 63. So
up $5 million.
Yeah, up about $5 million.
That's a lot of property.
It is, actually.
But that's a good, healthy pulse.
Well, that's right. That's the thing. We would much rather keep it going the way it is than the way it was. You don't want that rocket ship, right? Because that's why we're still in this mess now, because of what happened in the past, because of the way the government looked at the real estate market and said, oh, everybody should have a home. And everybody shouldn't have a home.
That's why they have apartments.
That was well, exactly. And not everybody's capable of keeping up a home. There's a work ethic that goes into that, and you need to do that. And first-time home buyers find that out, when they get started, and they go, oh, I got to change the washer on the sink, and that's that sense of accomplishment of doing that to your property. That's something that first-time home buyer gets that is really, really, really a good feeling.
In any of your MLS reports, do you hear of what the thing is for potential new growth?
They're looking to continue on. I mean, with the rates still staying as low as they are, I think that's made a big difference. It's been lower than I think that we had anticipated it would be. That it would be this low for this long. I don't think that anyone really anticipated that. I think that it was. It's been a pleasant surprise to a lot of people. I mean, money at 4% even. That's
good money.
Really cheap money. Yeah. I mean, it really is. Especially in this economy, because there's nothing. You can't get it. You're not making any money, and that's partly because the rates are at 4% for mortgages. The economics of things, I have a tendency to stay out of people's money. I tell them to go to the bank, local banks, and local finance companies. But somebody where you can sit across the desk from. I'm not a big internet bank guy because they don't know you.
That's true.
And you don't know them. So local banks.
Phone number, locations.
Phone number is 870-405-0793. Give my honey a call. She keeps the book. It's busy. The book is, got spaces in there, but give us a call. We'll get you in there. Come out and see what we can do to help you out.
Bob and Linda Zdora, the Z Team, Century 21 Lemac Real Estate for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. Check out the website, retiretoarkansas.net. Time for the news. Be right back. Dan Hall just joined us. We'll be right back.